Passing on to the 11th canto, please bow down to it. Each canto we bow down to because that is the ritual. And in the 11th canto, we come to know that the Lord is planning to go back to heaven. When he decides to go back to heaven,
Achyutam Keshavam Ramanarayanam Achyutam Keshavam Ramanarayanam Krishna Damodaram Vasudevam Harim Krishna Damodaram Vasudevam Harim कौन कहता है भगवान आते नहीं कौन कहता है भगवान आते नहीं द्रौपदी की तरह तुम बुलाते नहीं द्रौपदी की तरह तुम बुलाते नहीं अच्युतम केशवम रामनारायणम अच्युतम केशवम रामनारायणं कृष्णदामोदरं वासुदेवं हरिं कृष्णदामोदरं वासुदेवं हरिं कृष्णदामोदरं वासुदेवं हरिं जय जय श्री राधे जय जय श्री राधे जय जय श्री Radhesha. The 11th skanda, according to Akhanandi Maharaj, is called Mukti Skanda. There are people in Kerala who will not have a meal without reading at least a couple of chapters from the 11th skanda. In the 11th skanda, Shri Krishna is telling Uddhava something special, and that is the Uddhava Gita. One day the Lord decides to come and he stays in the world. One day he decides to go back. All is his doing, his wish and will. One day he decides to go back to Vaikuntha. But he's got his parivara. He's got all the devatas with him. They have also to go back. And you need a cause. So the Lord does a little bit of play acting. And that is, in the Pindaraka Kshetra, under the trees, all the rishis are sitting. They are Vishwamitra, Asita, Kanva, Durvasa, Bhrugu, Angira, Kashyapa, Vamadeva, Atri, Vasishta, Narada and others. When you go to a Kumbh Mela, you can meet all the devotees, all the great saints. You can't go and meet them everywhere, no? Wherever they are, if you want to meet them, it will take a long time. Maybe they are on a sojourn, or maybe you are not free. But in the Kumbh Mela, they are in one place. So all of them you can meet. It's like a Sangama. All these great sages are sitting in one row. Why? There is a reason. The Lord wants all of them to curse the Vrishni Vamsha. The Vrishni Vamsha commits a wrong, an error, which is absolutely unpardonable. I tell children, youth is sometimes impulsive. And one group of young people, this group decides to fool or rather test the Mahatmas. If you don't believe in a Mahatma, please don't go. Don't go to test a Mahatma. You know what happened when people tried to test Raghavendra Swami. They landed up in trouble. Today is Thursday, so I remember him. You can't test a Mahatma because we don't have the moral superiority to test a Mahatma. A group of young boys catch hold of an effeminate fellow, dress him up as a pregnant woman and take him with a veil, take him to the Mahatmas and ask, will she get a boy or will she get a girl? Mahatmas are angry, neither a girl nor a boy. There will be a pestle, there will be a pounding pestle, musala. That is what will be born, and that will be the destruction of your dynasty. Prasosyanti putrakama kinsvitsa janayishyati vo manda musalam kulanashanam.
Musalam kulanashanam. The boys knew now they are playing with fire. They unwrap all the cloth around the boy's waist and they discover a musala. They cut it into pieces. Sherlock Holmes says whenever a man commits murder, he wants to get rid of every sign of murder, every trace of murder. But murder will be out. Certainly truth will be out. Finally, one small piece falls into the water. A fish swallows it. A fisherman sells it in the market. A blacksmith buys it. Goes home to cut it for dinner and finds a small piece. With that he makes an arrow. With that arrow he is going to shoot at the feet of Sri Krishna, and the destruction of the Vrishni Vamsha begins from there. This is the grim hand of destiny working. How should bhakti be? Say the next chapter. The few chapters follow and they talk about bhakti. Bhakti should be absolute. Bhakti should be unshaken, unshakable. Bhakti should be final. Bhakti should be unshaken. Bhakti should be unquestioning, unconditional devotion to the Lord. That is bhakti. One day, the gopis and Mother Radha, all of them go for a boat ride. Turn by turn, one by one, the gopi has to row. Suddenly, there are clouds in the sky. Suddenly, the weather turns turbulent, and the boat is rocking on the Yamuna. Everybody gets nervous. When it comes to Mother Radha's turn, she has enviable aplomb and commendable composure. Govinda Damodara Madhaveti, Govinda Damodara Madhaveti, Govinda Damodara Madhaveti, Govinda Damodara. Are you not scared? The boat is rocking. There's going to be rough weather. She says, when the lightning shines, look who is on the other side of the boat. The lightning shone. Zari ki pagdi bandhe, sundar aankhon wala. Zari ki pagdi bandhe, sundar aankhon wala. When he is rowing, why should we be worried about rough weather, my dear listeners? Why should we be worried about rough weather? He is the one who is rowing our boat, and yet we are pretending to row. Yarum kai tattamatta. Nambike illa. Naadam pandren ayya nee pannalaya nimitta matram bhava savyasachin. The one who was fighting with two arms, ambidextrous warrior, is told by the Lord, you are just a mere instrument of mine. We are all instruments. Dhavan nimilya vanetre naskhaletna patetiha. One who walks with eyes closed but knows that he will reach his destination. That is the bhakta. Coming to the 6th chapter of the Ekadasha Skanda. The Lord says, come Uddhava, let us go to Prabhasa Kshetra and give dana. Why, Swami? Because dana is the boat in which the soul crosses the ocean of life. This is the Lord's definition. Dana is the boat in which the soul travels across the ocean of life. The Lord is telling him, my dear Uddhava, let us go to Prabhasa Kshetra. Teshu danani patreshu shraddhayoktva mahanti vai vrajinani tarishyamu. This is the investment for our future. I hope you understand. The Lord doesn't have to give any dana, but we have to give. With folded hands, I ask you, 10% of your earnings, please put aside for dana. If you do, you won't have sorrow at home, you won't have disease at home, you don't have dangers at home, you will not have anything unpleasant at home. And your coffers will be filled and filled and filled, because dana is the only way we can repay God for what He has given us. Please remember. Unfortunately, today we are a charitable organization. When we go to people, they say tight budget. The budget is not tight, the heart is tight. That is the problem. Once you keep 10% aside for dana, you will never be poor. You'll always have money to give someone or the other. I want you to do that. You see, you practice. Have I not told you? There were times and times and times when I had so much of crisis, but I never gave up the dana part of the ashram. And the ashram has grown because of dana, my dear listeners, because of dana. I want you to grow too. Danai naubhiri varnavam. As the Lord sits in one particular corner of the forest, Uddhava sits at his feet and is asking him questions. There's a lot of difference between Bhagavad Gita and Uddhava Gita. There are 3 Gitas associated with Krishna. One is the Venu Gita, one is the Bhagavad Gita, one is the Uddhava Gita. The Venu Gita has the title Venu because we have to become like the Venu. Dr. Gayatri was saying, to become a flute in his hands. That is what it is. So the title comes from the medium, that is Madhyama, called the Venu. Bhagavad Gita is called Bhagavad Gita because the speaker is important. Uddhava Gita is called Uddhava Gita because the listener is important. That is why it's called Uddhava Gita. When did this Gita come to us? When the Lord decided to go to Parandhama. Parandham ko chalne, Parandham ko chalne lage jab sundar Krishna kanhai. Parandham ko chalne lage jab sundar Krishna kanhai. उद्धव बोले सुन लो स्वामी सही नहीं जाए जुदाई. उद्धव बोले सुन लो स्वामी सही नहीं जाए जुदाई. तो कान्हा बोले सुन ज्ञानी डोले जिस उपदेश को सुनकर उद्धव माया को जीता है वही उद्धव गीता है. वही उद्धव गीता है. वही उद्धव गीता है. वही उद्धव गीता है. The difference between Uddhava and Arjuna is very important. Arjuna had doubts. Uddhava has no doubts. Arjuna did not know who the Lord was until the 11th chapter when he said Pitasi lokasya characharasya. Uddhava starts Deva Devesha Yogesha Punyashravana Kirtana. Arjuna is the historic disciple of the Lord and Uddhava is the historian of the Lord, my dear listeners. That is the main difference. Go to Badrikashram. There you'll find the Ravalji telling us, this is Badrik Vishal, this is Uddhavji sitting there, still there. Otherwise, the Lord says, if you don't write my history, people will come out with a wonderful thesis and say there was no Krishna at all. Please tell them that you were a contemporary of mine, that I sang with you, I sat with you, I played with you, I spoke to you and I gave you this metaphysical delight called the Uddhava Gita. Deva Devesha Yogesha Punyashravana Kirtana Samrtaitat Kulam Nunam Lokan Santyakshate Bhavan. Dr. Gayatri was asking, what shall we do from tomorrow? Exactly what Uddhava is saying. What can we do without you, Krishna? If you leave the world, Master, and go away, I can't live without you, Master. We bhaktas cannot live without you even for a moment. Every truti is like a yuga, says the Gopi. Says the Gopi in the Gopika Gita. When you go to graze cattle in the morning and we wait for you till the evening, Truti Yugayate Krishna Tvama Pashyatam. Naham Tavangri Kamalam Kshanardham Api Keshava Tyaktum Samutsahe Nath Swadhamanayamamapai. Ordinary railway station, bus station, airport, you're telling your friend, take me with you. Take me with you. Take me with you, Krishna. Those who have heard you and heard about you, those who have heard your flute, they rise above. They rise above all desires, Krishna. Karna piyusham aswadya tyajantyanyaspruham janaha. Bhagavana get from yenda juice nalla illa. Swadu swadu pade pade. All the sweets of the world are cloying. This is the uncloying sweetness of the Bhagavatam. My master, I don't want anything in the world. What will I do tomorrow? Who will give me the clothes that I wear, the mala that I wear? the food that was given from your plate, the leftover of your plate. Tvaya upabhukta sraggandha vasa alankara charchita uchishta bhojino dasa. Tirupati prasadatukaga billionaires queue nikkirudu illaya. அந்த சாப்பாடு எங்கேயும் கிடைக்காது, அந்த பிரசாதம் எங்கேயும் கிடைக்காது, குருவாயூரப்பன் பாயசம் வேற எங்கேயும் கிடைக்காது. கொஞ்சம் கை தட்டலாம். எவ்வளோ பைசா கொடுத்தாலும் கிடைக்காது. உச்சிஷ்ட bhojino dasa. From tomorrow, who will give me his leftover plate? Master, I can't live without you. Don't leave me and go. Kshanardham api keshava. Not even half a minute, my master. The Lord said, don't make it difficult for me to go. You have any questions? Ask. Yes, Swami. Yogesha, Yoga Vinyasa, Yogatman, Yoga Sambhava, Tyagoyam Dushkaro Bhuman, Kamanam Vishayatmabihi. Very difficult to give up anything. I say even an old handkerchief we can't give up. Holding on, we are Dhritarashtras. पकड़ के बैठे हैं दुनिया को. अरे एक दिन सबको छोड़ के जाना पड़ेगा. आएगा बुलावा जब रे हरि का.
आएगा जब रे बुलावा हरि का. छोड़ के
When the call comes, you have to leave everything and go.
पड़ेगा.
What will come with you?
जब रे बुलावा हरि का. छोड़ के सब कुछ
जाना पड़ेगा.
नाम हरि का साथ जाएगा. नाम हरि का साथ जाएगा. और तू कुछ ना ले पाएगा.
आएगा जब रे बुलावा हरि का. छोड़ के सब कुछ जाना पड़ेगा. The Lord says, I have heard about this from the great gurus. And who are the great gurus? Look at the humility of the Lord. Some people say, according to me. I say, no, you are not the first speaker in the world. Thousands have spoken before you, thousands after you, and thousands along with you. This is how the Lord is very humble when He gives Uddhava the lesson of the 24 gurus. Quickly we'll go through them. I learned from Dattatreya Brahmana. King Yadu went to him and said, Brahmana, Dattatreya Rishi, you are so happy. Dattatreya says, yes, I have got 24 gurus. Oh, we didn't get one guru. How did you get 24? How did you get 24? Maharaj Akhandanji says, there is a Shiksha Guru, there is a Diksha Guru. The Diksha Guru is one who gives you the mantra. The Shiksha Gurus can be anybody. Anybody can give us a lesson. What are those lessons? Quickly come with me, along with me, please mentally follow me. The first is Prithvi. Mother Prithvi is the earth. The earth teaches us patience. Whether you plow her, whether you drench her, whether you leave her parched, she is there. That is the patience we have learned to learn from Mother Bhumi. The second is Vayu. There are two Vayus. One is the breeze that blows over the jasmine, it catches the fragrance. Over the garbage, it catches the stink. Sometimes there is sukha, sometimes there is dukkha. That is how life goes on. Sukha, dukkha, sukha, dukkha. Accept life as it comes, otherwise we'll have depression. What is depression? Depression is an unwillingness to realize the reality of life. That is why we go into depression. Nothing else. Accept sorrow, accept joy. I've quoted for you one of those lines from the Chicken Soup series. I locked the doors on yesterday and threw the keys away. Tomorrow has no fears because I have today. Today you're listening to the Bhagavatam. Why think about tomorrow? It is in the hands of God. The second Vayu is about our own good health. According to Ayurveda, the stomach is a pot. Half of it has to be filled with food. Are you listening? The whole pot, half of it with food, quarter with water, and quarter for breathing. If we eat till here, we will die. You may ask me, Amma, how to stop eating? If it's very nice, then we go on eating. The Lord has made this beautiful, beautiful machine. After you've eaten 3 idlis or 4 chapatis, according to your constitution, suddenly you will get a burp. ஏப்பம் வரும் இல்லையா, டக்கார். That burp is meaning the stomach is giving you warning signal, stop eating. And we think the food is digested and we eat more. That is the problem. You understand? The moment you get a burp, please stop, please stop. You will always be healthy. That is what the Vayu is teaching. Third, Akasha. The Akasha remains blue in every condition. That is how we have to remain pure in every condition of our life. Next is Apa. Apa means the holy water of the Ganges. You touch it, you are purified. You see it, you are purified. You have a bath in it, you are purified. You drink of it, you are purified. That similarly, we should become Punyavan, as there are 4 Punya shlokas in our scriptures. Maharaj Dikshitar had his own way of describing Punya shloko nalo raja, Punya shloko yudhishthiraha, Punya shloka cha janaki, Punya shloko janardanaha, Punya shloko nalo raja. Hey Guruvayurappa, that is how you say. There's a Punya shloka called Nala, there's a Punya shloka called Yudhishthira, there's a Punya shloka called Janardana, and Punya shloka called Janaki. We should become Punya shlokas. Mother Ganges, as my musicians play for me when I sing this beautiful song of the Ganga that flows from the Himalayas in Uttarkashi. She's gorgeous, gorgeous. Gange जीवन सफल कर दे, हृदय कोमल कर दे, काम क्रोध मद मोह हटा के, काम क्रोध मद लोभ हटा के, जीवन निर्मल कर दे। हृदय कोमल कर दे। You have to become like Mother Ganga, Punyama. Next is Agni. Agni is one element whom we have not polluted or not able to pollute. Everything else we have polluted. That is why the Hindu needs Agni from the first samskara till the last samskara. It burns all impurity. My Parsi brother worships Agni because of that. Purest element, purest element. Any experience that comes to you, digest it like Agni. That is what it stands for. Next is Chandrama. You have the moon. The moon, whether it's waxing or waning, is the moon. Harishchandra, whether in Ayodhya as a king or a gatekeeper in the crematorium, he is Harishchandra. Whether you are high or low, your ethical principle should be the same. That is what the Chandrama is teaching us. Next is Ravi. Ravi stands for the benevolent government. When there is a lot of water, the sun god takes off all the water, makes it into water vapor, keeps it as cloud, and when we want, we've been praying for rains, when we want, the benevolent skies give us back the rain. Similarly, the benevolent government should have taxes, impose taxes when there is enough production, and when there is not much production, give tax benefit to society. That is what the Ravi is teaching. Next is Kapota. Kapota is a pigeon. A pigeon has a family. He pigeon, she pigeon, then baby pigeon, and the father and mother go to bring some food for the little one. Meantime, there comes a hunter who casts his net, and the mother finds the babies are trapped in the net. She also falls into the net. The father pigeon also wants to fall, but then common sense says, no, if you also fall into the net, who will save those who are trapped? Those who are bound by Moha and Maya, try to bring them out of the net of Moha and Maya. That is what the pigeon is teaching us. Next comes Ajagara, sensitive issue. All of us are angry at the dining table. I call the dining table Kurukshetra. All of us are angry. I don't like this. I won't eat this. This is not good. That is not good. Take your children to an orphanage every month. Take your children to the general ward of a public hospital and they'll realize what humility is. Every time we have poor children's feeding, as Dr. Meena Muthiaji was telling you, we have poor children's feeding. I remember the day when a child was eating so much rice. I said, "Yemma ivlo saapidre? 3 naala chor paakalamma, innum konjam podu." I said, "I'm sorry, child, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what I said to eat." I said, "Eat. Tell your children what hunger is. Then you'll behave like Ajagara." The python, you give it a big animal, yes. A small animal, yes. No food, yes. That is how you should be, like a python, like an Ajagara. Don't complain about food because Anna is Brahma. Accept whatever is given. Next comes Sindhu. Have you ever seen the Bay of Bengal advertising wanted waters? The ocean never asks for water. The waters enter. Apuryamanam achala pratishtam samudramapa pravishanti yadvat tadvat kamayam pravishanti sarve sashanti mapnoti nakama kami. Then the patanga. Don't run after desires, says the ocean. Frenzied pursuit of desires leads to devastation, I say. Don't run after desire. Because you keep running after desire, you get totally frustrated. Ask the Lord to fulfill a desire. Stop where you are and the desire will come to you. I draw a graph, a beautiful picture for you. There's a circle. Desire is here, you are here. When you come here, desire comes here. When you come here, desire comes here. Suppose you stop here, desire follows you, my dear listeners, desire follows you. After some time, dharma viruddha bhuteshu kamosmi bharatarshava. Next comes the patanga. Man is the only creature who has addictions. Does a cat smoke? Or a dog drink? The ketta palagana manishnatta. There is a light and a moth. A lamp and a moth, Shama Parvana. The moth goes round and round and round and round and burns its wings, and still it will go round and round and then kill itself. Don't allow any addiction to make your life miserable, says the moth. Next, you have Madhukrit. This is for all of you listeners and for me. Any katha, any pravachana, any lecture on the Lord by anyone, please go and listen, because everyone has an inspiration, has a guru, has a sadhana, has a kripa of the Lord. Nobody without the kripa of the Lord can become a preacher. Be like the bee, B-E, B-E-E. Be like the bee and gather honey from each lecture and make your beehive rich. Finally, whether it's a jasmine or whether it's a rose or whether it's a lotus, the honey is the honey, my dear listeners. Krishna is Krishna, Parabrahma is Parabrahma. Gather it for yourself. Next comes Gaja. Gaja is mainly for sannyasins. You know the elephant, how is it caught? A female elephant's cutout is made and there's a big pit there. The female elephant's cutout is placed there. Akhandanji Maharaj says that this hathi, this particular elephant has Parsha Sakti. He wants to touch the female elephant. So he goes and touches her and falls into the pit. The sannyasin has to avoid these pitfalls of sensuousness. That is what the Bhagavata teaches. Next comes Madhua. Thank God, at least in the Bhagavatam, you're not looking into your share market in the BlackBerry. I hope you're not. You find all the time money, 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 money. All the time profit, loss, profit, loss, profit, loss. All the time the obsession of money. There is a beehive gatherer who says, I'll get so much here and so much here and so much here and so much here. All the time thinking of the balance sheet and getting imbalanced, you know. That is what he does. And finally when he goes to the garden, he finds someone else has looted all his beehives. Don't do that. You'll be severely disappointed if you're obsessed with money, says the Bhagavata. Next comes Harina. Dr. Padmaji will agree with me. There's so much of loud music nowadays that you go crazy. I don't have anything against modern music, but you can't have it early in the morning and late at night. All our holy music is tranquilizing music and not titillating music. That is the type of music we want. The poor deer listens to that hunter and the vulgar tune and get caught by the net of the hunter. That is what the Harina is teaching us. Next is the fish. The fish is happy until it sees the worm in the bait. The Lord has given us the mouth for two functions, eating and talking. Both we are abusing. We eat what we should not and we talk what we should not. The meena gets caught by the bait, and that is why it is trapped. If only it was not falling a prey to that temptation, it would have been happy and it would have been safe. Next is Pingala. Pingala is a courtesan. She is a Vaishya. She's standing at the doorstep calling all the passers-by. She's beautiful and beautifully decked. Nobody comes to her house morning, afternoon, evening, and she's disappointed. She comes back into her home and says, it was Asha which led to Nirasha. If I had offered myself to the Lord, I would have been a pure person. That is how Pingala, the courtesan, becomes a guru for us through the Bhagavata. The next is the Kurara. Kurara is a bird. You must have read the book called Jonathan Seagull, the gull, the seagull that is flying. The bird is flying. All other birds are flying around it. Why are the birds surrounding me? They're not surrounding me. They're surrounding me because of the meat in my beak. People are not after you but your possessions. The moment you declare yourself bankrupt, everybody will go away. So what does the poor bird do? I want peace of mind. She throws the piece down and all the birds are gone. Go back to my railway placard which says less luggage, more comfort. You will feel very happy. You disburden yourself of possessions. Or Aurobindo says, let possessions not possess us. People are after our possessions. That is what the bird is teaching us. Next is a baby. That's the arbhaka. You have a child at home, grandchild. After a day's work, when you're full of tension, you go home and the child says, Tata, Dada. In one moment you are happy because the child is innocent. You can hug a child 10 minutes after scolding it. But if I scold you in 2009, you'll remember in 2013. As an adult, Amma, you scolded me on that day. That is the adult memory that never forgives. Be like a child, innocent, transparent, good. Next is Kumari. There's a lady, a young girl, who has guests. They are in the front room. Behind the front room, there's a kitchen, and she's pounding. She's pounding grain. And as she's pounding grain, all her bangles are jingling. So one by one, she removes them. Even when there are two of them, they are jingling. What does it mean? If you're doing meditation, ekaki yata chittatma nirashit aparigraha. You have to sit alone. Sit alone and do the meditation part of your sadhana. That is how you have to be. The Bhagavata is teaching us this. One day in the subway of London, suddenly I found a young man who was walking behind me with strange shoes. I got the song there. The lady who is pounding the grain in the Bhagavatam. मैं तो धान कुटूं, मैं तो धान कुटूं, मैं तो धान कुटूं, मैं तो धान कुटूं। वैराग्य ऊपल है, मुसल है ज्ञान। वैराग्य ऊपल है, मुसल है ज्ञान। अपना अपना कर्म बना है धान। अपना अपना कर्म बना है धान। मैं तो धान कुटूं, मैं तो धान कुटूं। पाठ न लगता। In the subway of London, what a place to get a song. Just to tell you, the Bhagavata is somewhere in my heart all the time. This is how she is pounding the grain to make you realize you to be alone. When you're praying, be alone. Kirtanathukku ellarum சேர்ந்து. Meditation alone. That is what the Gita also tells us. Next is Sharakrit. There is a blacksmith who's making an arrow. When he comes to the tip of the arrow, even if the royal procession is passing by, he doesn't look at it. If he does so, then the tip will be broken. Concentrate on the work that you are doing. Yoga karmasu kaushalam. The Bhagavata says this happened to a man in Maharashtra. He was an accountant, Munimji, sitting debit, credit, debit, credit, debit, credit, writing the hisab, the accounts for his master. As he was doing so, a huge serpent came and surrounded him. He did not know. He did not know about it. People were gasping. They almost felt he'll die. A few minutes later, the serpent unwound itself and went away. They came and told him, "Sir, You were surrounded by a serpent and you didn't know it. He said, I didn't know it because I was concentrated on a ledger, debit, credit. If only I had concentrated on Panduranga Vittala, by now I would have had a darshan of the Lord. This was Eknathji Maharaj, the famous mystic of Maharashtra.